Yo, my peoples, what's up? My name is Jason, and I'm from the Shelf Stories YouTube channel. And today I'm going to Dice Tower to review A Gentle Rain. This one is a Mondo Games production designed by Kevin Wilson. It is, reading from the box, a contemplative, solo, or cooperative game to clear your mind. I am Jason Perez, LCSW. This is what I do for my day job. I help people clear their minds. And this game is begging plaintively to be reviewed in my Games for Healthy Mind series, so I'm here to do just that. It is a solo game of tile laying and symbol matching, very quick and easy to play, 15 minutes playtime. I'm going to show you how it plays and tell you what I think, so without further ado, let's go to the videotape. The rule set for A Gentle Rain is extremely simple. Take a look, take a deep breath, and relax. Very, very simple. The rules are very light, very easy a game to get into. On your turn, you are going to be drawing a tile, and you are going to find a place to place them so that you can complete a color match. So in this particular case, I will just place that right over here and pass turn. And I'll just keep drawing, and it's that simple. So then I would want to draw and place a tile there. Now, as you can see, I'm starting to close in on a square. When I complete the circle over here, then I'll be able to place one of these tokens. The tokens would have to line up with one of the colors. So as you could see, if I would be able to place this token right there, or I'd be able to place this purple one right there. It would be my choice depending on what's available and how I use to complete the circle. So then, that could be a little bit of a challenge. So like I'm trying to get that over there. Oh, I'm so close. So I would have to place this somewhere else. If you cannot place, you would have to discard it and move on. But let's say I was able to get the tile that I'm looking for. Eureka! It would go right there, and then I would choose one of the colors and place it there. The object of the game is to place all eight tokens before this stack runs out. Scoring, if you are able to place this set of tiles, you would simply get credit for whatever tiles you did not place. So, the sooner that you run out of the game, the better your score will be. The maximum score is 21, which is completely impossible. I'm convinced. I haven't even come close. Or, if you run out of the tiles altogether without placing the tokens, then you lose this game. And that is it. That is the very, very simple rule set for A Gentle Rain. So that was A Gentle Rain to the table. Before I get into my thoughts about A Gentle Rain, I'd like to elaborate why games like this are so recommended and healthy in terms of promoting what I call a healthy mind. So we go through the day and we're always worried about stuff, right? I mean, we have the giant to-do list of things we got to do throughout the day, whether it's, with regard to our families or with regard to, our work situation, or maybe we're worried about stuff. Maybe we're alone. Maybe we're, under some kind of threat, or, something's wrong with our house, or something's wrong. I can multiply the worries all day. Every single person that's watching this video can probably rattle off 25 worries before they even break a sweat. We live with this all the time. And how I like to analogize it is with a phone that has a lot of background apps open. So, you open an app but you just never forget to close it. It's like I'm going to open a worry about something, but I don't close it. It's just always there for me because for whatever reason, I have a distrust that if I ignore it, then it'll go away. So I have to kind of think about it and think about it and think about it and think about it. What ends up happening is that we have this large pile of stuff in our brain to think about. And just like a phone, it weighs us down. It drains our batteries. We just feel so worn down by the experience of just worrying about stuff all the time. A game like this, and there's many games like this, and puzzles and Sudokus, and there's different things that you can do in order to just get a little bit of leverage against that. This isn't a cure. Nope, there's no cure for this stuff. But in terms of a tool in the box to be able to cope with some of this, games like this are excellent. So why? First of all, just the nature of the game itself. It creates that very, very simple, stable magic circle. Any game could do this, but a small game in particular with a low rule set it's more inviting. Less can surprise you. There's less that kind of occupies the brain. You can definitely kind of focus the mind on a very, very simple rule set and get past the thinking, the cognitions about whether I'm doing it right, and then get past that doing it right stage to just doing the thing and having confidence. Confidence is so big. Confidence that you're doing it right, enjoying it, having fun. Much easier to do in a simple game. Second thing is, because you're so focused, the background apps close. It's that simple. They'll open up again when you finish playing the game, believe me. But, it's nice to be able to just, I'm going to pop them up one at a time, as opposed to be constantly burdened by so many worries throughout the day. So simple games like this can help you do that. It can do it with its simple rule set, and it can also do it with its tactile nature. If this was just a mental exercise, it would not be as effective. But the fact that games like this, card games and tile laying games, add that tactile dimension helps if there's good art or something else of that nature, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Everything helps to just put you in that mental space of closing the background apps of your stress, and for a couple of minutes entering into an alternate reality, a magic circle where everything's in your control. So that gets me to A Gentle Rain. Does this game deliver on its promise to help you close the background apps of your stress? I think the best way to think about it is to put a game like this in two buckets, right? The simple kind of solitaire game. First bucket is the very simple, easy decision space. There's not a lot of cognition that happens whatsoever. You can't count the colors. If you really want to maximize your score, there's 14 of each color, and you can kind of check for the arrangements and everything. You could do that. But I think in terms of the relaxation piece, what you're going to look for is that easy decision space flowing through, reacting basically to what the game is giving you. You're looking at a game like a Free Cell, Klondike Solitaire, games that people can just repeat over and over again. And that just being in that space and just reacting to what the game gives you is its own kind of fun. So that's one bucket. And then the second bucket is a space where gamers are a little bit used to being gamers, right? People that are used to a larger decision space. So we're talking classics would be like an Onirim, a Friday, and a more recent classic would be Sporopolis. Sporopolis is probably the closest analog to A Gentle Rain because of its tile laying nature. Sporopolis adds the extra layer of variable scoring. So when you're laying out the cards in Sporopolis, which if you don't know, it's a tile laying cityscape game. So there's cards and you're laying out city tiles. But you don't lay them out in the same way. You have variable scoring. So it depends on what you have. You might have to arrange them a whole different way in order to, achieve your score. So you might get the same layout, but a very different decision space depending on what your scoring is. Here, there's not even that. There's no multi-use aspect. There's no control over what you get. If you can't use your tile, you can't discard it to get another tile. You just have to get rid of it, move on to something else. The decision space is so much lighter. It's not going for a large decision space. It's going for that Free Cell-esque mode, but with tiles, right? So having said that, which one is better? I mean, it's going to depend on you as a gamer. It's going to depend on what your fun is. There's going to be folks who play this game and they're going to wonder whether there's any decision space at all. I'm just laying tiles. There's going to be folks that look at a game like a Sporopolis and say, that's too complicated. I want to play something simple like A Gentle Rain. It is totally up to you. What is relaxing to you? What is stimulating to you? Stimulating of the healthy functions and shutting down the background apps that are causing so much distress for you. That is totally up to you as a gamer. So I definitely like this product, but I can't move on without talking about it as a product. It is pretty chunky tiles, and it's a nice art motif. The cost, what you're getting, you're spending over $20 if you buy it on the BGG store and wherever else you can purchase A Gentle Rain. And people have to judge their own value proposition on that. My personal opinion is that if it's giving you the same or if it's in the same ballpark, I should say, as a Free Cell or as a these very simple games, those products are a lot more inexpensive. So if you're getting, let's say you're on a fixed income, or in a situation where you need to, get a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, you buy somebody a set of playing cards, they have an infinite number of games that they can play practically. Or if you get them a book, they can move through the book and have that satisfaction of like, wow, I finished the whole book. And that matters. It really does. That sense of accomplishment. Here, you're paying your over, 22 or whatever it is dollars, and you're getting one game. And for me, I would love to see designers who design in this very simple space. If you're going to release a product like this, release it with a way that you can play multiple games with it. To have different experiences, to be able to tickle different parts of your brain. And I know there's products that have done that. And I'm not saying that Gentle Rain needs to do that in order to be evaluated, but it's it's something to think about, definitely, especially if the game is going to be this simple. For a more complex game, I can see where the product needs to be very integrated and in itself. For a much simpler product, I just like to encourage a little bit of critical thinking about, how can I maximize the value that somebody gets when they receive a game like this. So, having said that, I am not going to include the price as a determinant in my final grade. Reason being, and I get this from a blog that the Space Biff recently wrote. I very much recommend going to check out his blog. Lots of interesting thoughts. This game, you may not buy it. You might trade for it. You might get it as a gift. It might be something that you play with a partner who has spent their own money and they have no problem spending money. So I just wanted to highlight that in case people were to follow this recommendation and go want to buy it and they go, whoa, is it worth that much money? I don't know. However, I've laid out the case for for the value proposition on that. But having said that, we are going to get to a final rating of 7.0, seal of approval. It does what it says it does. It offers that slow contemplative experience as long as you understand what you're in for. It is not on the level of an Onirim or a Friday or a Sporopolis, those very simple, larger decision space games that offer the same kind of relaxation, but it offers its own relaxation. And if you like tile laying, this one does it pretty well. If you want to hear more mental health chatter as well as other things above the table, please visit my channel, Shelf Stories. Shelf Stories, I have a feature line of videos is my Shelf Help series. I am a psychotherapist. I share tips and tricks on how to be a happier gamer and a happier person. This is Jason reminding you, if you could change your mind, you could change the world. So until next time, later everybody.